reason why I'm here tonight is because of the debate and you telling the hard truths. We haven't had a politician to say the hard truths that need to be said. My concern is you can say, and you have a lot of great ideas, you can say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but when Congress isn't working, how can you get your ideas through when Republicans don't want to work with the Democrats and they just want to blame each other, and it's been a standstill for years and years and years? How can you change that?
So I had a similar situation when I became governor. And so the first thing, in going and cleaning out your agencies, when you do that, your legislature or Congress takes notice because you've done the work first. So the first thing, when they go and see me rolling heads in agencies and cleaning it up and making them show a return on investment, it sends a message to Congress that they have to do the same thing. They have to also show the taxpayers a return on investment. They have to also give money back. They have to control the spending. They have to balance a budget because all the rest of us have to balance a budget. So it sets the tone. The other thing is you pick a few things that we can win on first. I always say it's kind of like being home. You go and you get something so that they can remember what it's like to win. And you give a few issues that they do agree on, and then you go in for the harder stuff. But they have to remember what it's like to win for the people. And in South Carolina, a lot of times I would put something out there, and I would make them think it was their decision. And then I would praise them for it and have the rest of the state praise them for it. They were like, oh, let's do that again. And that's how you do it. You really do. But we have to get Congress working again. It is absolutely dysfunctional. There's no excuse why they don't balance a budget. There's no excuse why we're sitting in a deficit where they're spending more than we're bringing in. There's no excuse that they love to go on TV and squawk, but they will not get in Congress and actually pass something and do something. Think border, think healthcare, think education, think any of these things. They've done nothing. And so we will put the pressure from the outside in and remind them to get to work. And when you have a working president that's working hard, but more than that, understands bureaucracy, they'll get to work quick. You know, when I was at the United Nations, it was my first week, and there was a lot going on. So think of drinking from a fire hydrant. And somebody at the U.S. mission at the United Nations got on the phone with the press and told them what I was going to be doing. It was none of it was anything I was going to be doing. And I got so upset, and I told my team, I said, find out who that is, and I want them fired. You're never going to guess who it was. John Kerry's sister. I kid you not. She worked at the U.S. mission at the United Nations. And I said, I don't care if it's John Kerry's sister. Get rid of her. And they said, you can't. We've got her for 6 more months. And I said, you get her key pass, and you get her computer, and I will pay her to sit home for 6 months. And we paid her to sit home for 6 months. And guess what? It sent a message to every other person in the U.S. mission at the United Nations that we weren't going to put up with that. And that was all we needed. You have to set the tone. You have to let them know you're going to hold people accountable, and you're going to make examples of people if you have to. And that's what I'll do as president.
Thank you.
Thank you.